In this video, we are going to see the offset function. The offset function generates a range of cells or an array of cells as an output. This output can be given as an input into another function and we can perform array calculations on the output. The offset function takes three main arguments and two optional arguments. The first argument is reference. This is also called as the first starting point. From this starting point, we ask the offset function to go this many number of rows upwards or downwards and this many number of columns left side or right side. Go to that point and from that point you generate an array of cells by this many number of rows and this many number of columns. Suppose we give height as 3 and width as 2. From that point you generate an array of 3 by 2 cells. This will be the output of the offset function. This output can be given as an input to another function. For example, we can give it to COUNTIF function, average if function or SUMIF function. We will see an example here. We have a data here which contains a list of dates, list of number of policies sold on each date and the premium obtained from the policies sold on each date. Okay, we will see how offset function works. Without the optional arguments, first we will see what offset generates with the three main arguments. Let's type equals offset. First argument is reference. Let's say this is the reference F15. That means it is the starting point. When we say 3, 1 means we are asking the offset function to go 3 rows downwards from A15 and 1 column right side from there. If we give -3, it will go upwards, 3 rows upwards from A15 and 1 column right side from there. Minus will change the direction. Plus means it will go downwards, minus means it will go upwards. That is for row. For column, plus means it will go right side, minus means it will go left side. Hit enter, we will see what will be the output. We got 49. We started at 815 and 3 rows downwards this point A18 and 1 row right side means 49. This is the output. Up until here we have not given the optional arguments. Let us see what happens if we give the optional arguments. Select the cell, press F2, open the formula and then optional arguments, height and width. See, from this point, that is B18 where 49 is there, from this we want a 3 by 2 array. 3 by 2 array as the output. 3 rows upwards from this one and 2 columns as the output. So we give -3 and 2. -3 means 3 rows upwards, 2 means columns, 2 columns right side. That will be the output. Close the parenthesis and hit enter. We got hash value because the output of the offset function is an array, but we are giving the output in a single cell. So it will not contain the array in a single cell. If we select 3 by 2 cells by already and we give the formula, then all the cells will be occupied. Now open the formula and press Ctrl Shift Enter, which is for populating the arrays in all the fields. Press Ctrl Shift Enter. There it is. We got the output in 3 by 2 cells. See, from here it went upwards, 3 rows upwards, 1, 2, 3, and then it picked up the columns, 2 columns, 50, 519, 49, where is this one, 49, 510, 50, 5118 and 55, 5119. This is the way how an offset function works. This output can be given into another function where we can do different types of calculations. There is one example here. We want to find average sales for the last 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, like that. For the last n days, we want to find out average sales, average premium, maximum sales, minimum sales, and how many days are there where there are 0 sales. The data is this one. First we will convert this data into a table. To convert this into table, we press Ctrl L. Then it will ask, where is the data for your table? This is the table, this is the data. A32 C94 is our data and it is asking my table has headers. Yes, put that check mark. First row will become the header of the table. press OK. Immediately we will give a name for this table. Let's say sales data. Hit enter. So name is also assigned to this table. This is our table. The first question is average sales. Okay, we will open the function average. Within that we will use the offset function to generate the last 10 values. Last 10 values as an array. Okay, the offset function, we are using the offset function to generate last 10 values from the sales field, and then we will give it as an input to the average function. Last 10 values means a 10 by 1 column. Okay, let's begin. Start offset. The starting point for offset is, let's say this one. This is the starting point. We are starting at the first column, first row of the table. What it is given here? Sales data. So since we have given name here, it will be given in the readable format. Sales data hash headers means the first row, and date. This is the first field of the table. And then we want to go to the end of the table. For that one, since we do not know the number of rows that are there in this table, we can use the function rows. Rows, name of the table, sales data. It will go to the end of that table, sales data. From there, we want to go to the sales field. Sales field is in column B. So shift one column right side, and then from there pick up 10 values. 10 values upwards from that point. Therefore, we have to type minus 10. Minus 10, generate it as a single column. Then we will get a 10 by 1 array. Close the parenthesis, hit enter. Therefore, 60.7 is the average value of the sales in the last 10 days. Now we will do the same thing for average premium. Open average function, average. Within that, open offset function. Go to the starting point of the table, this one, and then go to the end of the table. Table name is sales data, and then go to the income field, that is 2 rows right side to the point where we are from the end of the table, that is 2, and then we need to pick up last 10 values. From that point, from the end of the table, we need to go 10 rows upwards. Therefore minus 10, and generate a single column. One single column. Close the parenthesis, hit enter. So find out 1.4 is the average premium in the last 10 days. Now we want to find the maximum sales. For this one, we can use the function max. Max, and within that, open offset, go to the starting point of the table, go to the end of the table, rows of sales data, and then go to one column right side, that is column B, where sales data is there. There, pick up the last 10 rows, last 10 days sales data. So we are going upwards from end of the table. So minus 10, and generate a single column. Generate a single column, close the parenthesis, hit enter. 74 is the maximum sales that happened in the last 10 days. Same thing we can write, we can find for minimum. Use the function minimum, offset, open parenthesis, go to the starting of the table, go to the end of the table. Table name is sales data. Go to the sales field, which is one column right side, and then take the last 10 sales data, means upwards from the last end of the table, minus 10, and generate a single column. Close the parenthesis, hit enter. So minimum sales is 0. There is one day where there are no sales at all. Therefore, minimum sales, that is 0. How many 0 sales are there in the last 10 days? Okay. So to calculate how many, we have to use the function COUNTIF. COUNTIF. So the first argument for COUNTIF is range. Exactly we can generate this range from offset function. Open offset function. Go to the starting of the table. Go to the end of the table. Rows of sales data, and then What is the next argument? Rows. And then calls. We are counting sales here. Sales is in field number B. Means go to one column right side and then pick up last 10 sales data, output it as a single column. This is the array output. A 10 rows with one column will be the output, array output generated by the offset function. In this output, we are searching for equals to 0. Means how many zeros are there in the last 10 days. Hit enter. There is one day where sales is 0. There are no sales at all. Now we can we can go to the edge of each cell here and double click and double click here. Automatically it will be populated. You see here, we can easily get the data for 15 days, 20 days, 30, 40 and 60. This offset function is a dynamic function. If we change the data in the table now, automatically this entire data will be changed. For example, I am entering another row here. Let's say 1st July 2020, the sales is like let's say 89. Maybe this is the highest sales. Income may be like 1000. This may be the highest income. Hit enter. Now min, max, everything should be changed here, right? See, max sales 89 is updated in all the questions here. Minimum sales 0 is there, so averages are also changed. So this is the way offset function works. It will dynamically generate reference points. Reference cells will be generated as an array. That output array can be used as an input into another function and calculations can be performed. Normally, offset function is used for calculating like these questions: last n days or first n days, get the sales figure, get the premium figure. Like this offset function can be used. I hope you understood a bit about offset function. If you do more examples on this offset function, it will be clearer to you. In the next videos, we will see data validations and index match lookup, more on the text functions on text. See you until then. Bye bye.